Hey everybody, so I'm going to get right into the topic this week, which is what are 3 things that you've learned about yourself or your gender recently? So, number one for me, which I'm continually learning as time goes on, is that I seem to pass as male more than I think that I do. So as time has gone on more and more, I'm getting less and less surprised when if someone refers to me as sir or uses male pronouns with me. It's kind of, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of learning that I don't. There's kind of a more of a feeling like, but it changes with situation to situation. Kind of more of a feeling of I don't need to take testosterone because I feel like I'm looking and kind of passing as androgynous for the most part. Not always. Something else that I've learned more and more as time goes on, again, is that I'm kind of insecure about my masculinity. And that has caused me to kind of, I don't want to say involuntarily, but it just kind of gives me this feeling that I need to kind of prove myself and prove my masculinity, which of course is untrue, but kind of in some situations where, in gendered situations, I kind of, for example, in choir, I kind of hype up the fact that I'm, the female tenor, right? Hype up the fact that I'm one of the guys and that sort of thing, and how low I can sing. So it's kind of, yeah, it's not the best thing. It's kind of a thing that I need to work on, is that I really don't need to, I shouldn't have to do that. I think I pay way too much attention to gender stereotypes in that, in terms of, like, I want to hype up the fact that I can sing low, or, for example, if I'm in school, I put more pride in myself, more value in myself, in that I'm better at math and science, which I am, as opposed to English and social and that sort of thing. But it's kind of like if I'm not as good at those things, then I kind of don't feel as good. So, but that could be just another thing that, I don't feel as good when I'm not as smart, because that's another thing that isn't necessarily a gender thing. It's just kind of I place value on myself for being intelligent. I have pride in that, for being good in school, that sort of thing. So, for instance, last semester I was taking, I'm doing some high school upgrading, so I was taking Physics 20, grade 11, physics, not last semester, a year ago. And I wasn't doing as well as I thought I would do. So I kind of didn't feel so good about not doing as well in that course. And I think I was one of the only female assigned birth people in the class, possibly the only female assigned at birth person to make it through the entire course. So that was kind of a very gendered situation. Something that I've begun to think about a little bit is whether I would ever be comfortable wearing women's clothing, which I've never really done. I kind of jumped from girls' clothing to boys' clothing to men's clothing. So, I don't know. My thinking is at the moment that I'm hesitant to wear women's clothing because of how other people perceive me when I'm wearing it. That I would be obviously more perceived as more feminine, perceived as a woman more often, which isn't super fantastic. If I could just do it, like, for the heck of it, I might get some sort of fulfillment out of it, but it's kind of the thing where it just kind of, the way people perceive me isn't not something I'm super comfortable with. I don't know, because I wore a dress for this this queer prom event that my city's LGBT youth group organized. So, and I decided to be different than everybody else there, and adhere to my genders, to my sex's stereotypes, and I wore a dress just for the hell of it, and I wasn't super comfortable, because there was things that go with it that I wasn't really comfortable with, like the fact that you have to shave your armpits if you're gonna wear a dress, which makes sense. But I was kind of like, what if I just don't put up my arms? Because it was just, I don't know, it was just very, shaving is not a thing that I'm liking to do, because it was just so irritating for weeks on end afterwards. So anyway, not my thing. So well, at least I didn't have to shave my legs because I'm blonde, so people don't see it. But that would have just pissed me off, because I don't see any reason to do that. Although, I mean, it is, according to society's standards of beauty, it would be a little bit awkward to have super hairy legs and wear a dress. But in any case, wearing that dress that one time, I don't want to say that people treated me differently. Not really. I don't know. It was just not the most comfortable experience of my life. So, and that may have been because of other people's reactions towards me, but I don't know. So, I don't know if I should delve into experimenting with women's clothing again. I don't know. Anyway, it's late, and I'm super tired, and I apologize if my thought process is just gone. So, I will see you guys next week. Bye.